Ah, when you touch the red circle, it turns into a smaller red square inside a white circle, and you are recording.
Oh, it is a square. Look at
It
that.
is. It's a little square.
Gosh.
That's the international symbol for stop.
Oh.
No, not on a street.
No.
That's an octagon. But if you think about it, you get tired. So stop. Welcome to another episode of the CapmLew podcast. You've got me, CapmLew. You got him.
Your boy, Luke, co-captain.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, CapmLew.
It's your boy.
Gosh. And that's how we became mid.
Yeah, mid.
We are now officially mid-rated.
Mid-rated.
Oh, gracious. Luke and I have been sitting here contemplating subject matter for today's conversation. The first thing I want to say is that this podcast is brought to you by the support of not only Life Skateboards, but also the bike shop. Without the bike shop, I wouldn't have the experience and know-how and friendship it takes to keep riding the bikes I ride. And I've had a lot of friends going down on their motorcycle lately. The roads have changed since 2020.
Yes.
They have. It is a killing field out there. And my appreciation for the bike shop rises and rises to encourage us to that we can have the help we need to keep our bikes moving. Life Skateboards, huge shout out. Just got off the phone with Sam Cook.
What?
Yep. And am very, very grateful for the generous support of Life Skateboards on our podcasting journey.
Truly.
And in this world, you just don't know where things are going. I'm having a bit of a moment as a human being. It's been 2 days in this moment.
Of just a moment, yeah.
It's yeah, it's true. It's going to probably come through in the podcast that I'm obviously clinically depressed.
Would one of these Chinese cigarettes help?
These are so funny. I was given these. These are the nicest cigarettes in China.
How many are in there?
Let's see. I think I've smoked a few out of this one.
Bro.
This one's not open. This is an open pack, but they're interesting because
can you pull one out so I can smell it?
They have a capsule of menthol.
Ooh.
They're very, very thin, and they have authentic Chinese writing on them. Far too small for me to read. The tip is golden, and they're black. And they have a little ampule of menthol in there. Very, very interesting Chinese cigarettes.
You smoked one of these?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
I mean, I'm not a big cigarette guy. Cigarettes are, they're just rough. They're rough.
Dude, until you smoke about 4 packs, and then they start to get a little less rough.
Yeah.
It's because your lungs are acclimating.
Well, I smoked a couple of years ago when I got COVID.
Which was a great idea.
I read a French study that said that smokers with COVID don't get their lungs plaqued up, but that's only because the emphysemic onset of COPD makes it hard for some sort of action to happen and plaque up the lungs. So as soon as I caught COVID, I started just I had to make up for 30 years of no smoking.
You had to catch up. I get it.
I did not try that.
Check this out.
I also didn't smoke when, no.
I listened to a guy who I think was a doctor. It was on YouTube, so you know it has to be true. And
Absolutely.
He was doing a study about long COVID and long COVID symptoms, and
smokers don't get it.
No, because nicotine apparently, something about nicotine helps your brain figure it out, and so you get your sense of smell back. There were people who couldn't hear out of one ear, and they got their hearing back. It was pretty wild, dude.
I can't even do this. Listen.
I can't even do this. This has been a great episode. We're done.
Nicotine has been proven safe and effective by Philip Morris.
And whoever else owns Marlboro or Camel.
I have a suspicion that every day there are 1,000 things we breathe and touch and eat that are super bad for us, and that the only reason that we make it as long as we do is probably something like the hand of the Almighty, the silver cord.
Yes.
you know, is it the golden bowl and the silver cord at the end of Ecclesiastes? I'm going to check it, but I I just know I'm gonna run it in the fear of God, and when I don't, I'm gonna restart very quickly. When is
It's got
Ecclesiastes?
to be. It
Is
has
it?
to be before Isaiah,
It's
right?
it's. I've got
I think you got go back
Song of
one page. There
Solomon's.
it is. You got it. The Song
Yeah,
of Solomon.
young Solomon.
Should be pornographic.
It's intense. Remember now your Creator in the days of your youth, before the difficult days come and the years draw near, when you say, I have no pleasure in them. This is Ecclesiastes 12. While the sun and the light, the moon and the stars are not darkened, and the clouds do not return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house tremble and the strong men bow down, when the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look through the windows grow dim, when doors are shut in the streets, and the sound of grinding is low, when one rises up at the sound of a bird, and all the daughters of music are brought low. Also they are afraid of height and of terrors in the way. When the almond tree blossoms, the grasshopper is a burden, and desire fails. For man goes to his eternal home, and the mourners go to the street. Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Before, remember your Creator before the silver cord is loosed, or the golden bowl is broken, or the pitcher shattered at the fountain, or the wheel broken off at the well. Then the dust will return to the earth as it was, and the spirit will return to God who gave it. Oh, that's good. That's Ecclesiastes 12, 6 and 7 are where yeah,
Silver cord.
a silver cord, before the silver cord is loosed, or the golden bowl is broken, or the pitcher shattered at the fountain, or the wheel broken at the well. Then the dust will return to the earth as it was. It's deep.
I know. I like
It's
it.
deep. Those are amazing images of the decline of human beings at the end of life.
Hmm.
Um, I was young. I'm not yet old, but I was young, and now I'm teetering on the edge of the decline. Yes, yes, I'll hit the gym.
It's fine.
Sure, fine. I'll do my stretches. I'll drink more Diet water. I'll drink more water.
Fluids.
I'll drink. I drink. I do drink fluids.
You do drink fluids. And
Diet Coke is a fluid.
it really is, dude. Aspartame probably hardens up something or loosens something. It's good for you.
I am done. When I was a kid, they said salt was bad for you. They said fat was bad for you.
Whatever, dude.
They said eat margarine and don't eat salt.
What?
My grandparents were afraid of all these different foods, and I just was not into it. I watched them be like eating flavorless food and living flavorlessly.
Ugh.
And I don't know. I haven't gotten sick yet. You
Yeah.
know, I haven't gotten that sick yet. Maybe I'll do the same sort of thing, but I just don't believe it. I just don't. I watched, and then they were like, "Oh, it wasn't salt after all," and I'm like, "Damn it!" My
Yeah.
grandfather ate his steak with no salt. We had
Yeah,
to cook him without salt and butter. Do you
Golly,
realize
dude.
what it does to a man to have lived my life? Everyone's proud that they cooked steak
And what?
with no butter and no salt.
Yeah, man. What
Proud of
you
ourselves
hate yourself? What
that
is
we
this?
cooked these steaks without butter or salt, and then salted them afterward. Do you realize I didn't have steak
Yeah.
cooked right until I was 13 years old working in a restaurant?
And they like cooked you one, and you were like,
No,
"Oh my gosh!"
they didn't. One of the waitresses dropped a prime rib on the floor.
And you were like, "I'll
I
take
was a
it."
dishwasher, so I grabbed it off the floor
Yeah.
and I hosed it off.
No, seriously?
Hell yeah.
And you just ate it?
Big old prime rib, and I
Heck
ate it
yeah,
while I
dude.
was working.
Dude,
It was
so good.
the most delicious thing I'd eaten in my life.
Yeah, mind blown. I'm
13
sure.
years old,
Like, what is this? Salt?
living my
Butter?
life with no salt. No
Hold
disrespect.
on. Your grandparents didn't eat salt or butter, so then that like trickled down into your house?
Right, because
That's tyranny, dude.
too much. Listen, what I'm about to share is probably not the way that other people remember it.
Okay.
All right,
I like the way that you said that.
you need to recognize this
Indemnified
when
yourself.
when we remember our youth. A lot of times, other people remember it differently.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that, but in my remembrance,
Mm-hmm.
the use of I'd call them flavorizing agents
Yeah.
was looked down upon
That's bad
because
for
they're not healthy. Salt, butter, things like that. Now,
you.
that said, my mom cooked very delicious things. She made great cookies and great bread, but we were very proud anytime that we were depriving ourselves. For example, I only drank from the box dry skim milk as a child.
Ugh, bro.
Yep, my pediatrician told my mom that
Bro.
that's what kids need. They need dry skim milk because milk fat will destroy your children. It'll make them tubby little fat kids.
Okay.
And my parents were of that age where having lean little fit kids was what they wanted.
Like the rage.
And so my mom didn't feed us milk fat. Well, go on a little while longer and you'll see that, well, that's only one way of looking at that particular issue.
Yeah.
So I make sure that my diet is filled with milk fat, tons of it.
Just to catch up.
Dude, I eat plain Greek yogurt
Yeah.
all the time.
Dude, that's a great source of protein. It's awesome. I eat yogurt every single day.
One thing is true, sugar is killing us.
Oh, that's absolutely true.
Sugar is killing us. So I don't do sugar, and I don't do like, what do you call it?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like carbs.
Oh, yeah.
There's plenty of carbs. I had carbs today. I had a ton with my lunch. I had a ton of broccoli and I had a ton of cauliflower.
Cauliflower has carbs.
There's some carbs, not very much.
There are some, but
It's
not
mostly the carbs.
Well, and
the carbs in cauliflower are mostly fiber.
it's important to understand. You can eat sugar and it's not horrible for you. You can eat carbs; it's not bad for you. It depends on what you want.
Well, except for sugar, it's horrible for you.
Well, yeah, but you can have some every single day, and your body can process it just fine. You know what I mean?
Especially if you eat your sugar with fiber.
Yes.
The glycemic hit of
Yeah.
sugar is definitely, so if you're eating something sweet for dessert,
Mm-hmm.
make sure you had a salad. I mean, this kind of thing, I'm just saying, moderation, guys.
Right.
This is not a dieting podcast.
Right.
We're a skateboarding podcast. Here's the problem. We've been getting a lot of emails from our listeners. They want more, messages
Mm-hmm.
in the various messaging
No, I was
things.
like, what?
They want a lot more footage of skateboarding.
Yeah, well, me too. But I work.
I
stuff.
don't.
Sorry, that
I could go out and I could get 10 clips.
Yeah, but by yourself, that sucks. It's a wasteland out there.
It does something to me. It does something to me.
Okay.
Like putting up a camera and getting a bunch of clips on the one side, I get stoked.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Yeah.
I bet this is highly relatable.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've got some Tik-Tok friends. One of the tackers that I follow is Jeremy J out of North Carolina. That's his Tik-Tok name. And he is a deer person.
Yeah.
And another one is one's Skate Papa and one of them is
Grumpy Grandpa Grant.
There's Skate with Grampy.
Yeah.
I like these guys. I really do. And let's see, who have I got? Well, Loserface skates too well to talk about.
Mr. Dad Skates.
Mr. Dad Skates. I think he's the one that Mr. Dad Skates is prolific.
He's prolific.
He's got a great, I've never gone on his thing. He has Pop's Garage.
Yeah.
He has skate parks. Tons of footage, and he talks to the camera, and
I love it.
He's a nice guy, freestyle stuff. And when he was young, he was a ripper. He was sponsored, and then he did Life.
Yeah.
And he's got a really cool family. He lives out in the countryside, and he's got his garage, and there's an absolute ton of stuff. They went out to Skatopia the other day.
Ugh.
Yeah, and he's 50.
At what price?
He's like me. He says, yeah, there's Skatopia right there. Maybe. Is that Skatopia?
Yeah, that is. The Waterfall of Death.
Yeah.
Is he going to...
That's not the Punisher, is it?
No, they have another one, but they always make waterfalls so gnarly that if you're not... And it's fine. It's not my place. They can do whatever they want.
We're watching a little bit of
Mr.
Dad Skates. I love these guys, and I love that they're making content. And a lot of times, I will actually leave comments that say, thank you for sharing this.
Absolutely.
And I just had someone hit me up.
Do you feel like...
They hit me up, and they were like, hey, man, you should do more of...
Skateboarding?
My inbox. This is it. I don't know how to...
I know, it's hard.
this is hard to view. This one guy, he goes by Punk's Not Dad,
Mm-hmm.
and he wrote going skating, and he does this. He's really sweet. He's a nice guy, and he just rolls around and he says this. See if we can skate a little. I'm in a safe space. There's no need for pain. Let's go skateboard. Let's go skateboard. We're the safe space.
Yes.
I don't know, like I love these guys and I love what they're doing, but me videoing, I figure Luke and I will grab some clips and do some of that in a little while.
It'll probably be good for us to go out because I can tend to feel a little bit listful when we go skateboarding, and it'd probably be good to have a mission if we went. You know,
Listless?
Make it really fun.
Listless?
Listless, yeah. What did I say? I can't
Listful.
remember. Listful.
Wistful?
No, I said listful probably.
You did.
It's fine. I just went to the dentist. My mouth is numb.
Is
I'm
it?
an idiot. No,
Okay.
it is on the left side here.
What did they do a filling?
Yeah, I had one fall out when I was flossing, and they replaced it.
Is it one of those new ones?
I don't know, but
Freaking dental students.
no, because that dude. No, this guy was like crisp with his. He'd done it.
Yeah,
a
but
million
you only
times.
got those like 5 years ago.
Stop, dude. I don't want to talk about
It
it.
was one of the best memories of Luke's. Luke, tell us all about the time you had dental students how many fillings did they do?
Here's exactly what happened.
Over a period of how many weeks?
Here's exactly what happened. I had a tooth. It had a really bad cavity in it. It had an abscess in it. So it was either get the tooth pulled or get a root canal. I didn't have insurance. So I paid for some antibiotics. Then the only way that I could get it done is to go to the dental school in Indianapolis, driving from Cincinnati. So an hour and a half one way.
Pure joy.
And have them being dental students,
yes,
put in a root canal.
Absolutely. Just train on you.
Just train on me.
So what could go wrong?
So here's what happened. I went up there. Technically, I went 5 times. I only had appointments for 4 times, but one time I went because I was so addled in my mind. I went a day early, and I took a nap in their parking lot because I was so exhausted, and then I drove back down, an hour and a half each way. But each time I went up for the appointment, I sat in the chair for 8 hours, legitimately 8 hours, from like 8 to 4. So sit in the chair for 4 hours. The dental student would take a break. I would just sit in the chair. They'd come back. They'd continue to work 4 times to get this freaking root canal done, capped up.
One root canal?
One root canal.
All 5 visits?
All 4 visits. It took 4 6 to 8 hour visits to have them complete the root canal. If you went to an actual dentist, they would do it in 3 hours, probably.
Question.
Go ahead.
Is the root canal good?
From my perception, yes. However, I will tell you one thing. The dental student had cleaned the root out. They put little filers down there and they clean it out. And then they have to pack pieces of plastic, like malleable plastic. They shove them. You have to jam the root full of this so that the mouth doesn't try to reheal the root. She was really struggling with it. So the teacher came over and because there's like 3 roots on each tooth or 2. He did one of them, and I could feel it like in the back of my brain. I mean, he was jamming that down there, and he left, and she literally said out loud, well, I don't know how he did that, but I guess we'll continue on and like do the next couple. So she did it, and it didn't feel the same. So is it going to fail at some point? Yes. Okay. I just don't know when.
Which tooth is it? What, the silver one?
It's the gold one.
It's gold.
It's gold.
I didn't know they still did that.
Yeah. Oh, I had a choice. I was like, definitely gold for sure. But here's the other thing. Because I had an abscess.
That's cool.
The anesthetic that they use, your body metabolizes it really quickly because you have a bunch of white blood cells up there trying to fight the infection.
Yeah.
So about 3/4 of the way through, each 4-hour block, they would have to like re-hit me. Dude, it was.
But with needles?
Yeah, all kinds of stuff, dude. It was horrible. I literally have PTSD. It sucked so bad, dude. Never again. But now I have great dental insurance and I get to see a doctor and they're really cool. Or a dentist that's really cool. I went today and they did a filling and I didn't feel anything. They were very kind about it. I almost cried.
I can see why.
You know what I mean?
I can
You're
really,
just so exhausted. Like, please just don't hurt me.
I really have a certain amount of respect for why you feel that way.
Yeah,
I
it was
do.
brutal, dude.
That is.
Absolutely brutal. Next, I should have just got the tooth pulled. That would have been way easier.
Yeah.
But it was an adult tooth. I wanted to keep it. So,
Man, brother.
but I floss now, so we're good.
Oh, yeah.
Except I just flossed and pulled the freaking filling out.
I was
so,
going to say.
You know what I mean? Like,
I was going to say.
Dude, dentist is a scam. It's just it's fine.
I was using mouthwash.
Mm-hmm.
This is like what I was saying about food. I was
Yeah.
using mouthwash last year. I was using mouthwash and trying to keep my gums and everything clean and neat, you know?
Yeah.
I started to use mouthwash only twice a week because I just didn't feel right about putting this really harsh stuff in my mouth. Because
Really?
you're supposed to have your own biome, my guy.
You
You
yes,
are. You're supposed to. You're not supposed to just use like alcohol or whatever is in that to just knock back everything.
Right.
That's not natural. I just know that. Like,
yeah, sure.
Like, so I was like, I cut it down to like once or twice a week, and I would also swish hydrogen peroxide,
which is good.
All right.
Deep brides
I would do hydrogen peroxide swish, and then I would floss.
Yeah.
Then I'd do hydrogen peroxide. Then I would brush.
That's good.
Then I would do mouthwash to rinse out the hydrogen peroxide because I noticed it started to like
hurt your teeth,
burn my throat.
Yeah.
Started to burn my throat.
Yeah,
so I was like,
nah.
No, you don't. Not today.
Yeah.
So I was doing this like twice a week, right? And then they came out with this big bombshell that sunscreen is giving you skin cancer.
Did they really?
And that mouthwash is like super bad for you.
Hold on.
And I knew that, but I knew it before they did it. I was like, okay, I'm only going to use sunscreen on my left arm because that can't be good for you, right? Now they say all the sunscreens are good. They say that they're all good now. And I'm like, all right, whatever, dude, forget it. I'm not going to even worry about it. But when I was doing a lot of site supervision, I would hit my left arm.
Yeah, because it's the one you got on the when you drive.
But I quit putting sunscreen on my face.
Yeah.
You know, I just wear a hat and I'd keep that trucker hat tan going. But
did they really say that sunscreen caused skin cancer?
Oh, dude, I didn't know you didn't know.
Well, dude, Aaron's been telling me this. He never uses sunscreen.
I know, dude.
It's ridiculous.
Listen, pay close attention to the lunatic fringe.
I know, dude.
The lunatic fringe, a lot of times, they're not wrong.
I know.
You know,
they are lunatics, but they're not wrong.
I mean, the Earth may be a globe, but that doesn't mean that NASA's not like 90% a scam. It is a wing of the federal government after all. I mean, you know, like
Operation Paperclip. Yeah,
I'm just
ahead.
well.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm saying.
No, I get it.
I'm saying, dude, you got to pay. Don't get rid of your lunatic fringe.
Yeah, they're important.
You know, you had this big, you know, Alex Jones's journalistic integrity was ruined with the treatment of one school shooting, but we still don't even have basic police report consistency on the Las Vegas shooting. It's not even there.
I thought that they said that guy killed himself, but he had gunshot wounds to his back.
There is a whole bunch of stuff that people have a right to know, and FOIA requests and stuff like that, and I'm not saying that there's something untoward about it.
Yeah.
But then it's like, what about? I watched when they told us on TV. I was watching when they said that Building 7 was a controlled demolition. They said it.
Dude, I know.
They said it. We have to pull Building 7, a controlled demolition. I was sitting there that day saying, you can't do a controlled demolition and a straight drop on a. It was like a really tall building.
Yeah,
it was really big.
15 stories.
You can't know it was big. It was like 40 stories.
Really, Building 7 was 40 stories,
and they dropped it straight down. And I thought, well, you can't do that in a day. It wasn't even a whole day. It didn't take.
It was like 2 hours.
It didn't take 3 weeks to set that up. It didn't take 2 weeks to set it up. And they pulled the building, and then it was gone.
Yeah.
And then it was gone. I'm sitting here and I'm like, all I'm saying is I love my lunatic fringe friends.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah, they're important.
You know that QAnon thing?
I know
that
about
everyone, it's like this loyalty test to some system or other.
Right.
Of like, oh, well, then you're a QAnon. Well, I know a lot of those people who are like, because I'm in the biker thing.
Yeah.
And you got all makes and models going on in the Harley crew. And I don't mean motorcycle makes and
Yeah,
models,
right.
you
I mean,
know?
human being.
And I'm like, I was like, you know why people got so hyped up about QAnon was they were mixing in this uh, kind of like fear God thing
Mm-hmm.
with hope that the federal government was going to white hat
Yeah.
this very black hat situation.
Yeah.
And it was obviously, I was watching it go out and I'm
Yeah.
like, this is obviously like some sort of a psychological bait and switch trick, something like that. And I found out later that the Bolsheviks actually did exactly that. They put out a whole bunch of messages about how the Bolsheviks are being taken down by the Tsar. The Tsar has
Yeah.
special operatives taking
Right.
down the Bolsheviks.
Yeah. Right.
And it was all from the Bolsheviks.
Yes.
And what they did was I'm not saying one thing or another about stuff that's
Yeah.
honestly, you know what? I'm going to read a psalm about it.
Above my pay grade.
You want? Yeah.
While you do that, though, they put a narrative out about themselves to bolster support for their position.
No.
No.
They put out a narrative about being taken down
Okay.
to keep people keep people thinking that someone else is stopping them. That was what the Bolsheviks did.
Yeah, sure, right.
They put out all this material about how we're taking down the Bolsheviks.
Yeah.
We've got you. Don't worry.
My
Trust
gosh.
the plan.
Right, yeah.
And it was like that was
them the entire time.
Simply not true.
Yeah, right.
It was not. Listen to this psalm. It's Psalm number 131. Lord, my heart is not haughty, nor my eyes lofty. Neither do I concern myself with great matters, nor with things too profound for me. Surely I have calmed and quieted my soul like a weaned child with his mother. Like a weaned child is my soul within me. O Israel, hope in the Lord from this time forth and forever. A weaned child is like a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old.
Right, yeah.
4-year-old, I guess. I don't know. Depends on how long ago.
You are, right.
Depending on the crunch factor. I guess in the crunchiest of mom spaces, like it'd be like
old.
A 13-year-old.
Oh, bro,
no, dude. Ugh. Well,
okay.
There's, you know what? Also,
recalibrating.
Don't automatically count out your Crunchy Mom stuff.
Yeah.
It's like QAnon is like a cult, and so is Crunchy Mom is like a cult. There are cultic things in all these things.
Right.
But also, like, maybe you should, like, eat better, and maybe you should, like, think about your child rearing. Probably not as much as that.
Right. Yeah, right.
Yeah. And maybe if you do a Freedom of Information Act request and they block it, maybe there is,
Yeah, right.
But in the midst of all of it, I'm like crawling up on my mom's lap, who in this case is God, and I'm not concerning myself with these things. At the core of my being, I know there's a world beyond this world. I'm not going to trip. I'm not going to be so freaked out when I find out that, the federal government is, of course they are, sweetie.
Yeah,
of course they're going to confiscate all your stuff. Of course they're going to oppress you. And, we've just had a really nice run of it in this country. We haven't had what so much of the rest of the world has dealt with while we've been, I don't know,
chilling,
collecting Pogs and Pokemon.
Playing Pokemon Go and barbecuing.
right. RuneScape.
Yeah, RuneScape.
I don't know what
the
kids are into now.
Oh, actually, it is RuneScape.
They have that one called Fortnite.
Stop, dude.
Dude, they have that. There are dances.
No, there are dances.
Yeah.
One time, I was driving away from my home, and I think some kid flipped me off, and I looked over at him, and then he did a Fortnite dance. He did a Fortnite dance. I was like, I just got zinged. You know what I mean? I didn't even know what to do. I just drove home.
Did he flip you off?
I can't remember if he flipped me off, but I
think
he
was just doing the Fortnite dance.
I think maybe he yelled at me, and I looked over, and then he did a Fortnite dance.
Maybe he yelled, "Check out my style,"
and then he just hit a Fortnite dance. I was like, you know what? Good for you, man. Good for you. I mean, be careful, but good for you.
Skateboarding is a giant mud puddle. Someone must have peed in here too. It smells funny.
Skateboarding is a Fortnite dance.
No, it's nowhere near as good and innocent as a solid Fortnite dance.
Oh man, dude.
No, dude, it's more like that under the bridge goth Thomas the Tank Engine dance.
Yeah, dude.
You know the one I'm talking
I
about.
forgot about
Those
that.
European kids in like
Yeah,
Czech
dude.
Republic with, that
Yeah.
was, oof.
So good, dude.
I'm cringing hard on skateboarding. There was a 9 Club up this week. We're on it.
Yeah.
There's a 9 Club up this week. I started listening to it, and that's what you'll have here at the CapmLew show. If you're a big fan of skateboarding and skateboarding media, you're not gonna like us
No.
because we can barely get through it,
Yeah.
and we speak from a place of willful ignorance. We do. Last episode, Luke watched up to 8 minutes of the Huff Forever video,
Which was 40 minutes long.
so that you don't have to.
Yeah, so that you don't have to. I gave a
And
scathing review.
he did. He scathed it.
I scathed it.
I was surprised that I wound up on the side of it that I did.
Did you like it?
Well, I recognized it for what it was. I want to talk about this
Yeah, go
9
ahead.
Club with Luis Mora,
Mm-hmm.
because the 9 Club guys, I listened to, actually, I can tell you how many minutes.
No, I want to know. Dude.
I can. I'm going to do it. I'm going to tell you how many minutes by going to my pod. 14 minutes and 20 seconds.
Okay. Out of
2 hours and 35 minutes.
so like
who has time to do that? I have
Yeah.
important TikToks to
2.5
watch.
hours. Holy crap. Dude.
Yeah. So
how was it?
I miss Vine.
Dude, I miss Vine so much.
I never really watched
Just like
Vine,
a moment, dude. Listen, really quick.
that's back when I was reading 5 books at a time.
I know, but you really missed out on an era because Vine, as far as internet humor went, it is.
Dude, that little kid was like,
Beautiful.
Jesus Christ.
Dude,
That kid was
Dude,
so
the Jesus
funny.
Christ kid?
I used to watch that and just
Dude.
laugh and laugh and
Dude,
laugh.
I'll cry. I'll literally laugh until I cry.
I don't
watching
like
Vine,
taking the
dude.
Lord's name in vain,
I
but
know,
I
but
really
that
liked
kid-
it.
Dude, it's so funny, dude. Anyway, go ahead. 14 minutes, which is basically like half of it.
Of 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Basically half is what I said.
In it, there came a point
Yeah.
where they remarked
Yeah.
that Luis Mora is, he has a ton. I never watch him.
Mm-hmm.
The YouTubers that I pay attention to, I can count on one hand.
Okay.
All right, let me try it.
Go ahead.
Dan Corrigan.
Yeah.
You know who I really used to like was Haley Isaacs.
Okay. She's like in the Dan Corrigan crowd.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, yeah, she was, but I skated with Haley when she was young at
Was she at
Ollie's
the
one
Ollie's?
time. She was at Ollie's
Dude,
one
one time I barged into the freaking mini ramp and she yelled at me. I think it was her.
Well, good, because
Yeah.
she's
No,
she's
I
cool. She has a
deserved
very
it.
soft voice. She'd be like, "Hey, you can't do that." Yeah. She's a cool kid.
That's so funny.
She's not a kid anymore at all. These
Yeah.
kids are pushing 30,
I know.
maybe more.
I know.
So, anyways, Dan Corrigan, a smattering of John Hill.
Okay.
I've begun to pay attention to, who's this guy who did the life skateboard
Oh,
and didn't talk about life skateboards at all.
I can't remember his name and I didn't watch it.
Oh man, going
Like
into
the worst.
this. Oh, I can't even deal.
No, here.
I'll just touch on
if you go to your
skateboarding.
messages, you sent it to me and
Dan Corrigan, John Hill, DeVille Nunez. He's the PAL team manager.
oh, nice.
I don't watch NKA.
Oh, Gifted Hater.
Gifted. He puts out fairly seldom.
What's the other guy? What's the other Gifted Hater type esque?
Well, that was Thrash Talking.
Is he gone now that he got rebuked by Steve Barra at
No,
Tampa Pro or
that did
whatever?
nothing but
bolster his
but feed.
position?
That's about it.
Okay.
That's about all I
And
can
that-
stand.
wow.
When I pull up skateboarding on here, you got it's very hard to,
The
the ones I don't pay attention to are, I don't pay much attention to Braille.
Yeah.
I don't pay much attention to, I guess it's not Revive, it's Andy Schrock.
Do you ever watch like a Thrasher Mag skate video?
Sure.
You ever watch skating?
Sure.
Do you ever enjoy it?
I have
Like historically in my life, yes.
I have
in
enjoyed.
the last year.
I'll tell you one I really enjoyed was
Go ahead.
Ira.
Ira
liked
Glass from
watching-
NPR.
No, it was Ira.
Was he the Curb Crusher?
Yeah.
Who did the documentary with
Yeah, it was Ira.
Red Bull's name? His name is...
Yeah, Red Bull has been putting out some good stuff.
Who did Ira do the freaking documentary on that we talked about for 700 episodes? What's the guy's
Ryan
name?
Sheckler.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all I.
Yeah.
But the whole time we've had what's his name? Mora,
Mm-hmm.
Luis Mora, has been putting, and I've seen Luis's stuff
Yeah.
in the past, and I'm not a big consumer of it's. It's a little highbrow, and but they were talking with Luis because now he's really got viewership.
Okay.
He's got millions of views in
Yeah.
a time when the YouTube pioneers they're just not getting millions of views.
Yeah.
And he's putting out very highbrow
Yeah.
stuff. He has a fashion brand called Erased. And I personally find such brands, usually, I find them, listen,
Go ahead.
I'm not a good guy. Okay.
Just to clarify.
To clarify, I don't think that you should necessarily think what I'm about to say is anything more than my opinion.
Hmm.
But I find brands with names like Erased,
Is it spelled normally?
Erased, yeah. They
Okay.
couldn't have turned a C into a K
Yeah,
somewhere.
come on.
No,
dude.
that's 90s.
That's
This is the,
crooked. Yeah.
I find them to be pretentious.
Yeah.
I find the highbrow edits and like streetwear fashion aspirations
Mm-hmm.
to be like I was alive in New York in the 1980s when hip hop became a thing.
Yeah.
When Grandmaster Flash was like brand new
Yeah, sure.
in the late 70s, that was the music that me and my kid friends were
Homeboys.
Curtis Blow and Grandmaster Flash were on cassettes that my friends would lend to me, and we would talk about it. And
Sure.
breakdancing was fresh and real, and
Oh, dude.
watching
Yeah.
Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo in the theater with my mom. Trying to go to a club where they had breakdancing because I was in a breakdancing class.
I forgot that you did breakdancing.
So
That's
like
so sick, dude.
I'm familiar with the emergence of streetwear, and I really was repelled by it
Even
because
then.
I was not raised in a way. My parents, they were really cool to me. They really supported me in my interest in breakdancing.
Okay.
Um,
As an art.
but it was all about bragging.
Yeah, it's super braggadocious. Even
It
then.
was pretentious.
Yeah. So
It was
you're seeing the same culture.
superficial and pretentious.
Yeah, right.
And I don't like streetwear fashion
Mm-hmm.
personally because it's superficial and it's pretentious. It is.
Yeah.
It is a superficial. Now the thing is that if you like it
Mm-hmm.
and you want to do that,
Mm-hmm.
I still like you.
Yeah.
This is where
Right.
people can't.
I know they get confused.
Yeah, well,
I understand.
I
We
don't
just
think.
clarified though.
Well, I think people are used to being judged really hard.
Yeah.
No, I don't like it because it's superficial and pretentious.
Yeah.
But you can like it. But if you're also superficial and pretentious, and that
Yeah.
comes through in your behavior,
Yeah.
you're going to experience me being like, "Hey, man,
No.
don't push a kid down at the skate park.
Yeah. What's the problem?
Don't
Right.
talk shit on people who aren't here."
Yeah.
I don't have to do that a lot. People
I know.
behave around me.
They really do.
And I don't think it's just because of me.
It's because you're an imposing feature.
I am not imposing. I'm shrinking.
Oh.
I'm getting smaller every year.
Well.
Bring it.
You have the beard, dude.
The beard is no threat to anyone. Its only threat is to me.
I don't think that that's as true as you wish that it was.
Well,
Listen, I've been around the beard. I felt the power of the beard. I've seen it work wonders.
It's like a Jackie Chan Adventures.
Yeah.
It's got chi.
It's got chi, dude. The beard has chi. That's so funny.
So
no, the skate parks are definitely not like that.
I don't like brands like Erased.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's why. Okay, I always look at like you're selling me something, right?
Yeah, right.
All right, so I buy Vans sneakers.
Of course.
Okay, I buy Vans. When I was young, I didn't wear Vans. I hated Vans when I was young. They're not part of the East Coast grimy street skate rat culture that I came up in.
You guys doing the Converse game?
I wore Converse until I could afford the Airwalks that came out, the prototypes.
Yeah, like the Nikes.
And then I wore Airwalk prototypes.
So sick.
And after that, geez, I think I just wore Airwalk prototypes until freaking college because they lasted 2 years a pair.
Yeah, that's amazing.
They did, and I would
amazing.
repair the holes in the bottom, and the older they got, the better they felt.
I know.
That was back when a shoe was a shoe.
That's back when a
Telling
shoe
you.
was a shoe. You know what I
And
mean?
Vans were they were not substantial.
Yeah.
And so anyways, there I am. I'm
Mhm.
watching Luis Mora and the 9 Club guys start talking about YouTubers.
Okay.
And you made this point.
Yeah.
They were saying, well, it's really interesting to see like YouTube content is moving toward quality over quantity.
Okay.
And I was listening and I was thinking, probably later on in the episode they'll get to it. But hey, 9 Club.
Yeah.
You guys are YouTubers.
Don't worry about it, dog. Shut up.
Everyone's YouTubers.
Yeah.
Like Thrasher is YouTube.
Yes. Oh, 100%. They might as well just be a YouTube
and
Barely magazine.
That means that everyone works for Google.
Yes.
Everyone is a subcontractor for Google, providing Google the following product.
Your information.
They aren't. No, it's all of the content that you're making is a product that Google uses to bring eyeballs and clicks to advertisers.
Yes.
That's it. That's it. It's all backdrop for advertisement.
Yeah, that's actually true. That's dark.
It's true.
That's dark.
So the only skateboarding that really matters to me is whatever skateboarding is being done here now.
Right.
And that means I spend a lot of my time. When you say skateboarding, a lot of people think of a lot of different things. They think of a like misty-eyed nostalgia over some sort of a community.
Yeah.
Right?
Gosh. Yeah.
That's horse shit.
The enunciation was
Thanks,
that was
bud.
beautiful.
Skateboarding is a gaggle of some of the least mature and most judgmental twits that I've ever seen in my life.
I know,
it draws them like flies.
I know.
It's no.
Yeah, no.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so, and haven't for a while. I've said it many times in many ways that nobody has tried to jam up my enjoyment of skateboarding more often and harder than people who consider themselves to be the community of skateboarders.
I know, dude.
Yeah.
It's a trip.
When I used to go skiing, I was a blue jeans skier when I was a kid.
Oh no.
I was in the Northeast where the slopes are corn snow. You know what corn snow is?
I do. It's the ice
It was
coast,
sheet ice.
Yep.
Sheet ice and corn snow.
Yes, sir.
I was up at Big Birch in New York. It was a crappy little ski place.
New York.
And I did a few seasons there and learned in the 3 or 4 seasons I skied there in blue jeans how to skate, how to ski all the way to making it down Black Diamond.
Yeah, that's sick.
My brother was quite good.
Yeah.
But our Taekwondo teacher told us we had to quit doing that.
Oh, it was like that.
Because knee injuries couldn't be repaired back then.
Oh, that's true. And the skiing for knees, gnarly.
Yep. And when we started getting good at Taekwondo, he told us no more skiing. And it was easy because Taekwondo was so fun.
Yeah, that's sick.
4 days a week.
Yeah.
3-4 hours on Saturdays.
Just hammering down.
Hammering down.
That's awesome.
Just kicking people.
Yeah, right.
It was so good for me.
Roadhouse. Yeah.
Snake Plissken. So I really, really enjoyed training in Taekwondo in the 80s. I do not like what it is now. I feel like even rusty. I'd take a match.
I know.
I'd take a match right now.
I know. Just to feel
all I need is a stretch and a prayer. Well, time for a prayer and a stretch.
Right, a stretch and a prayer. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, hold on. How did skiing connect to the conversation about YouTube?
Because when I was skiing at Big Birch, you'd have in New York we had these rich kids who had lift. They had like season tickets and all that,
passes, right.
And it was a big deal for us to afford a lift ticket.
Yeah.
And my mom and my dad really stretched for it. But you had these kids, man. They were silver spoon, and I tell you, they were monsters.
Yeah, no, they are.
They would spit at you and throw things off the lift at you. They would curse you, you know.
Yeah.
And in skateboarding, You don't get that. If you brought it to skateboarding, they would be in the lodge.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be in the lodge, and when you come down off your run,
Yeah.
they would be having a huge conversation about why you don't belong there.
Yeah, like this guy
You
really
know,
shouldn't be here.
this guy
right.
doesn't belong here. He's not a real skier. Look at him. He's wearing blue jeans.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, I'm not wearing blue jeans. I'm wearing 2 pairs of blue jeans over 2 pairs of sweatpants.
Yeah,
right,
so
fool?
technically, right.
And I just got done on your Black Diamond.
Right.
You know, but they were way
Right.
better skiers than I was.
Yeah,
but
of
they had
course.
all those really nice ski suits and everything.
Well, dude, if you
And
go every
they had
single
all the
day,
pretty
yeah,
girls.
Right.
I was
I
like
know.
an 11, 12-year-old boy, and oof,
No,
the
it's
power of pretty girls.
I know,
was
don't.
so strong
The
on a young
sorcery,
man.
dude, I
Oh my
know.
gosh.
People who say that, anyway,
I shudder at it even today.
dude, I shudder right now. Women rule the world. I hold that to be absolutely true.
I don't know what they're griping about.
Yeah, dude.
They
dude,
hold all the power.
That I mean, I'm
Use it.
dead ass serious. Yeah,
Use it.
Yeah, dude, they do, and it's horrifying. It's
Oh.
it's horrifying. That's why every single song, everything
is about you.
Yeah, it's all about you the entire time.
Ladies, every single thing on the planet.
Yeah, right.
Name a thing.
Right, it's about you.
War?
Yeah, yeah, right.
You want to know how war is about you?
Right. Why do you think that sailors call the sea using feminine pronouns? Because it's terrifying and beautiful. That's come on, man. Yeah. Men are simple.
Very.
I know. That's so funny, dude. It's absolutely true. Dude, I had
hashtag trad wife.
Dude, trad wife, dog. Trad belly. I had passes out when I lived in Colorado, and I would go, and dude, one time we ran into this pack of kids. They were probably like 14. And dude, I say this.
Was it a gaggle of boys being run by one girl?
No,
Okay.
It was a gaggle of boys being run by one hoodlum who was so belligerent. Like literally, you know when you see a group of people and you're like, dude, in all seriousness, I think the best way to love you would be maybe to hit you in the face.
Sure.
Like half as hard as you could hit a person.
The nose.
You know what I mean? Just hit him in the nose once and then pick him up and just talk to him about how...
Good solid pop.
Yeah, like, hey man,
Ouch.
Your behavior is so unacceptable right now. And if you continue down this path, it's just going to lead to heartache. And you're making everybody else hate you right now. You know what I mean? Like... It was so bad.
Not if I can get them to hate themselves.
Yeah, right.
If I can get these, this is skateboarding. This is skateboarding's industry in a nutshell.
Go ahead.
If I can get these kids to hate themselves enough,
yeah,
they'll love me.
Yeah, and
that's advertising. That's
I know.
Friends, join me on a mystic journey.
Look at
I know. I already am giving up hope that you can hear this. There is a matrix of sorts that has you caught, and it is, you can see it if you can just put forth your hands and touch the screen. You can see it if you begin to recognize that every advertisement that you see is a sermon.
Oh.
You're like, oh, I don't go to church. No, you go to church every day.
Yeah.
You go to church and you listen to messages every day. Sit down and dissect the ideological content of an advertisement.
Yep.
An advertisement. Do it one time.
Yep.
If you start to think, you're going to start, I mean, you could literally sit down and pound out a 5-page essay of, here are the messages I'm getting from this advertisement.
Yeah.
And it all goes back, it all circles the drain to one pipe. You're not good enough.
Yeah.
You need what we have.
Yeah.
If you get what we have, you still won't be good enough, but you'll be better. You'll be good enough for a time, and we'll let you know when you're not good enough again, when we come out with our new product.
Right, don't worry about it.
And you just chase this. I have seen people paying $700 for a pair of sneakers.
Yeah.
This is madness.
Yeah.
This is civilization in decline. I don't mind paying $80 for a pair of sneakers, even $95
for a pair of good sneakers.
For a pair of good sneakers that will serve the duration of my skate trip.
Yep. Oh,
I don't have a problem with that.
To keep the toes comfortable?
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, but
That's
like,
a lot of
actually,
money.
dude, I have disposable income, kinda.
Yeah.
For a good pair of shoes, I'll pay $120. If I knew they were gonna fit and be awesome,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's why I've settled into. I have a pair of skate shoes,
Hmm.
and they only get skated.
Yeah,
And I have a pair of walk-arounds,
yeah,
and they get walked around in them.
yeah.
Most of the time, I'm wearing something like this.
Some nice
I'm
Keens.
wearing
Oh, you
a
got a pair of
safety
Keens?
toe. I've got a pair of, with this pair. These are not good boots.
Oh, okay.
These are Keens. They're safety toe, and they're not good.
Are they uncomfortable?
They're not made for walking.
Ugh.
They're not made for walking.
I hate that.
But my Carolinas
Oh yeah,
are absolutely killer. I got them resold.
luxurious. Yeah, it's worth it.
I bought a pair of Red Wings, and
Yeah.
they're not great.
Yeah,
They are no longer the boots they used to be.
yeah.
I have another pair of Red Wings that are the authentic, old school, made in America ones,
And they're great.
and I barely wear them. I'm gonna own them for the rest of my life, and when
Yeah.
I'm too old to do work or ride motorcycles,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be wearing them every day. I'll be like Popcorn Sutton.
Yeah.
That's
Just hanging out
that's
with
fun.
your
Hey,
nice.
I think people should hear this. I became a grandfather.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm
I
a
forgot.
grandfather now.
Happy.
I am. I'm a grandfather, and everyone is asking me. This is driving me crazy.
Go ahead.
Everyone is asking me, "What do you want to be called as a grandfather?"
Well, I mean, it's a legitimate question.
And then every time so my grandfather, Carl Ross,
Okay.
I really miss him.
Well, was he kind?
Yes,
That's awesome.
he was stern.
Yeah, but
He
also
was
kind.
so stern.
Yeah, but maybe the gentleness to him.
He had such a gentleness.
I love it.
When I came to faith and
Mhm.
started being a Bible-toting, Bible-reading Jesus fool,
Yeah.
he was basically the only family member I had.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not meant to reflect poorly. This is just what happened.
Yeah.
It's basically the only, and I was, by the way, for all my family that couldn't relate to me well,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm really,
It was a bit much, wasn't it?
I feel like the degree to which I was over the top was not illegitimate, considering the subject matter.
Yeah, for sure.
And considering the perspective shift I was in.
Yeah.
And everything I said back then, I still mean it today.
Yep.
Everything, all of it.
Yep.
But my grandpa Carl,
Mhm.
which was not what he was called,
Okay.
he was encouraging and kind to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
Was he a believer?
yeah,
That's awesome, dude.
he was a certain sort of believer.
Yep.
That part of the country, you know, you have a congregational church. It's
Mhm.
almost Unitarian.
Yeah, sure.
But people have a quiet faith.
Yeah.
And but he went by the following name.
Okay.
This was at Ironclad.
Okay.
We were told what to call him. There was none of this
Yeah, like what do you
naming
want
of
to
Meemaw,
come? Yeah,
Papaw
right.
stuff.
Yeah.
He was grandfather.
Would you call him
Grandfather.
Just grandfather.
Grandfather.
Whoa.
That was what he was called.
That's
And my
actually kinda
grandmother
cool.
was called grandmother.
And that's what you would call them.
Absolutely. It was unacceptable to call them anything else.
Trad values,
I
dog.
freaking love it.
Yeah, that's actually sick.
I do.
Oh, well, that makes
And
sense. I'm down then.
I don't
We're
know if my little granddaughter, I don't know if she's gonna be like, oh, Papa,
good. Yeah.
Peepaw.
Yeah, Peepaw.
And I'm gonna say, I am your grandfather.
Yeah.
And but the people ask me, what do you want her to call you? And I'm like, grandfather.
Yeah, that's fine.
That was what my grandfather was called, and I loved him for it.
Yeah.
He was stern, and I
Yeah.
loved him.
Yeah.
And everyone, they ask me what I want, and then they dog on me about it.
I know, dude.
They just rip me up
I
about
actually
it.
just dogged on you a second ago for saying that. But
You
I
did,
understand now.
and I thought it was,
with a little bit of context, it makes sense. I'm down.
yeah,
Just needed help.
Well, if people ask you what you want, and then you tell them what's near and dear to your heart, and you got maybe deep-seated reasons.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Well, it's fucking stupid."
Yeah,
you're like, really?
And they're like, "You're
really?
stupid."
Right. Okay. Cool.
It hit me last night. It was like the 16th time someone had asked me that, and I had said I'd love her to call me grandfather.
Yeah.
I know it probably won't happen.
Right.
That's fine. I'm not gonna die on that hill.
Yeah.
But
it'd be nice.
I miss my grandfather.
Yeah.
And she last night someone said that to me, and I realized, like, I have a habit in my life that if I ask someone what they think or what they want, I don't tend to argue against what they tell me.
Huh.
Because I asked them for their opinion and they gave it to me. I tend to thank them.
Sure.
It's my habit.
Yeah.
I I think it's a sign that these people really love me and feel intimacy with
Yeah,
me,
that they're
that
willing
they
to
will
give you
then
pushback.
utterly critique it.
Critique the shit out of you.
It'd be super cool if they could just
Right.
skip maybe every third thing,
Yeah,
that you ask me what I think
just give
about.
you a reprieve. Yeah,
It's fine.
that
No,
makes sense.
no rest for the wicked.
3 steps forward, 4 steps back.
I'm going to keep thanking people when they tell me what they want,
I
or tell
like
me
it.
what they really think.
Well, you know what's cool? Now that you've said that, I know you a little bit better, and next time I ask you, I'll listen more intently because you told me the way that you feel.
I do me an even bigger favor. Carry that to other people.
I will.
Yeah, carry that. When you ask somebody what they think about a thing and they tell you what they think about a thing, you do tend to do this.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm a gentle soul.
Just ask them more questions about it, because I'm asking you what you think about something or what you want.
Right.
But what I really want to do is I want to learn about what makes you tick as a person. I'm
100%.
Curious about that. And if
Yeah.
there's something I disagree with, I can call down fire from heaven later on.
I can call down fire from heaven later on. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
We'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
We'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Absolutely. So hold on. I want to hold. So we talked about skateboarding advertising.
I was going to bring us back to the 9 Club.
No, you're good. But so here's the thing.
All advertising,
it's all of it,
is wicked.
It's all of it.
It's all wicked. Now, I will say this. Some of the least dangerous advertising I see, that's the least horrible lately, has been coming from a very unlikely place. Red Bull.
Oh.
Yeah, Red Bull has been just profiling amazing talents.
Right. They're like, look at this. This is cool.
Here, look at this. And it's associated with their name, and they sell their elixir.
Elixir.
Their toxic poison.
Dude, I know.
I'm not above sugar-free Red Bull on a long road trip.
Is Red Bull just the sugar-free drink, or are they also aren't they also like an action sport company now?
What would
I don't know how it works. I'm just asking the question.
I imagine that Red Bull has a revenue stream from the media that they make.
Yeah, so maybe they're making some sort of transition.
Maybe
there's a bifurcation inside of their company.
That's an interesting overlap, because YouTube, for YouTube, Red Bull provides content.
Yeah.
And YouTube platforms advertisement, but that content advertises their direct sale product as well. So they get a dividend, or they get an income stream from their media creation from YouTube.
Right.
They're remunerated on that part.
Yeah.
So they're basically paid to advertise.
Yeah.
This is a coup. If you could have advertisement that pays you to make it.
Yeah.
And that's what Erased, Luis Mora's company, is getting. A lot of his videos are not monetized on YouTube. He actually isn't getting, because he uses good music and things like that on his stuff.
Right.
But I was listening to Luis Mora, and he, by the way, said that he also brought up that skateboarders are insanely judgmental.
Oh, dude, they're the worst.
Yeah. And I really think skateboarders are the worst would be a great t-shirt. One of those little mottos we want to put on t-shirts.
Yeah, right.
We're not getting to any of those goals. None of that's happening.
I keep on hoping that skateboarding will just like eat itself and then digest it, and then we can kind of poop itself out, and then it will grow again.
That's us.
Is that what's happening?
I think we're what comes out the other end of skateboarding.
Just like embittered and shitty and like barely skate. I like it.
I don't know. Like when I skate, I'm skating.
Yeah.
But I don't believe in skateboarding anymore. I don't think that skateboarding is important. I think it's best when it's not important. I've said this many times.
Yeah.
And I really think that it'd be great for someone to come out and say, hey, we're being dumb.
Yeah.
Skateboards are fun.
Yeah.
Well, let's ride them. But this whole skateboarding is my life thing. That's not, no.
Yeah.
That's no.
I mean, it's your decision, but seriously.
It is your
Could
decision.
you consider something else? Because it just, man, golly, dude. Oh my gosh.
Listen, do you realize that a lack of judgment in life has consequences?
Dude, the head trench, dude.
Do you realize people who think that YouTubing is their life and end up with a lateral trench in their middle of their skull?
How do you even fix it, dude? There's got to be cranial massage that could help, dude. Maybe there's not.
I'm just saying, like, there's this whole in all things moderation. I don't think that's true. I think in the pursuit of God, moderation is not a good quality. But in almost everything else,
Yeah,
like
fine.
if you're not abstaining, um, you know, from I think in terms of evil, I think abstention is if you can figure out what's good and what's evil,
Hmm.
then full send on the good,
Yeah.
full stop on the evil.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, why not?
Seems a bit too radical.
Yeah, I know, dude.
People don't believe in good and evil anymore. It's
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's like whatever's true for you.
yeah, right. You want to see a picture of me when I was younger?
I just wanted to.
That's in the when I only had the beard on my chin.
Wow.
Yeah, that
Okay,
was a
I'm
good
gonna guess
look.
the year 2002.
7,
Dang it,
2007.
dude! Right in the recession.
Oh yeah, that was right
Wow.
before the housing crisis hit.
Oh my
What a!
god.
I was watching The Big Short the other
Oh,
day.
such a good film,
Oof,
dude. I'm telling you, tranches,
idiots,
idiots, dude.
evil idiots, and
Tranches.
we're on the edge of another one.
I don't know if that's.
I,
I
I
don't
don't
know. It
I,
could be
I don't think we're going to have a housing market crash. I do think that we're in the middle of a shift.
in our economics, totally.
Yeah,
Yes, for
because
sure.
house values are so high that
Yeah.
young people can't get them.
Yes, and mortgage rates are so high that anybody who has a house that got locked in at 3% doesn't want to sell.
I don't.
And
I'm locked in at 4%.
really,
Yep,
did you guys? Good for you, man. I'm really happy
4.4
about
or
that.
some
Yeah,
ridiculously low rate.
yeah, it's brutal,
I'm not
bro.
I'm not selling this.
No way.
If I did sell this, okay, if I did sell this, I
Camper,
wouldn't be buying another house.
pull behind trailer.
No, you know what would be a good move?
Mm-hmm.
Is you sell your house,
Okay.
someone else sells their house,
Yeah.
someone else sells their house.
Okay.
And the three families,
Oh
usually
yeah.
within a family,
Yes.
they buy land
100
and they
acres.
buy just
40.
like 5.
No, dude, 40.
Relax.
No, come on.
No, dude. Okay, so they buy a plot of land and they
Yeah.
build
Yes.
on one sewer service and
Yep.
one
Yep.
electric
Yeah.
and one driveway.
Yep.
They build a little
Compound.
neighborhood, a
Yeah.
little compound
Little compound. Yeah.
of houses.
Yes.
And you can grow old and have multi
Yeah.
generations of people living and dying. The
Yep.
problem is that we have a long human history of turning everything into a cult.
Well,
Control and
accidentally,
coercions
dude. Accidentally.
that's very unlikely to happen with me.
Yeah.
Um,
I know.
but if I were to do that, it would either be, um, sell it all,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah, dude.
Um, I don't know. Maybe I'll take out a home equity and actually fix the place up.
You probably could.
Oh heck
Well,
yeah!
here's the problem though. If you take out a home equity loan, it's going to be at the interest rate. It's going to be at like an 8% interest rate, which sucks.
I know, won't fix it up.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just let it burn.
Just let it burn. It's all gonna. It's all kindling.
I don't mean burn with fire. I
Oh,
mean
burn with
let
longing.
entropy just
Oh.
have its way.
Just it's a slow war of attrition, folks.
I'll
It's
put
time
in
against your house.
I'll put in $5,000 a year on repairs and see where we land.
It's fine, dude. It
Yeah.
really is fine.
Yeah,
We really should maybe film when we go out and skate. I'm
we need
usually
to.
so exhausted when we go. It's hard to we should just do
Emotionally,
like 2 clips each every time we go skate. It'll be fun. What we need to
emotionally,
do is go skate with a person who's really revved up about skateboarding, and then it will help us, energize us.
dude. I got people.
Oh,
Mhm.
sorry, I just had a thought. You know what we could do?
What's that?
We could do like a CapmLew skateboarding thing, like once a month.
Will I come skate with CapmLew?
Yeah, like invite people. Like, hey, if you like the podcast, they'll be like me, you, and Sam Cook. But that's enough.
Actually, if you want to come skate with CapmLew, I'm planning on being at Q Skate
Oh, are
Park
you doing that
in Indianapolis this weekend.
this weekend?
Yeah,
On Saturday?
I am. I'm planning on going up to
Such
Q,
a travesty.
and Q used to be really private,
Is it not
and I
anymore?
was blacklisted from all such places. So I'll be going somewhere where I used to be blacklisted. This will be great.
Yeah, dude. Okay,
I love everything about how the skateboarding powers that be did their thing for 15, 20 years. Love it.
Mr. Best reaching his hand out to stop you.
No, as far as I know, some of those guys, and specifically that
Mhm.
guy,
Yeah.
um, he he never let me know, but he really changed his tune.
It'd be cool to meet him
Oh,
and say
cool for
hello.
me.
Yeah, cool for. That's what I'm saying.
Still
dude.
owes me dinner at Red Lobster.
Really? Did
Absolutely.
he say that he would?
No, I did.
I told him that he does owe me that. I like
No,
it.
yeah, no, his skate shop gypped me on $60 of board sales
What?
straight to my face,
He said,
straight
no,
to
I'm not
my
going to give it to you.
face. No, said I'm sending it and didn't send it multiple times,
Hmm.
and then said finally that he was sending it and never sent it. So I sent word through the grapevine. He knows.
Yeah.
He owes me $60 and dinner at Red Lobster.
Dude,
I
I want to
love Red
go.
Lobster. The
Yeah.
idea,
Dude, the idea of Red
actually
Lobster is
eating there.
amazing.
If I got taken out to Red Lobster by someone who owed me dinner at Red Lobster, here's what I would do. By the way, that's only because I declare it, right?
Yeah, right.
But and I've told people you owe me dinner at Red Lobster. So far,
Yeah.
nobody has come through for me.
Dude,
But if they
decline of
did, let me
civilization.
tell you what I'd do.
Go ahead.
I would get the Red Lobster dinner,
Okay.
and then at the end of the dinner I would be like, "This was really good, thanks. I'll see you later." And they'd be like, "What?" And I'm like, "No, I'm staying. I'm going to eat a second dinner. I'm going to
I'm
buy
gonna
myself.
double down.
I'm going to buy myself lobster tail and shrimp again
Just go
because
round two.
I would never buy myself dinner at Red Lobster
Yeah.
unless someone had just bought me dinner at Red Lobster,
And then you're gonna double down.
and then I would double down, you know."
Because you're there, you might as well soak up the experience.
But like the lobster is like rubber,
Ugh.
you know. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
like where's
not.
the closest ocean to
I'm
Indianapolis? You know
saying,
what I
dude.
mean?
I'm
Like
saying
I don't know. You can
it's
tell me that it's fresh,
rough.
but I don't believe you,
Yeah.
dude.
No, there are several people in skateboarding. There are several well-known names regionally and
Yeah.
well-known names even nationally and internationally that I could declare they owe me dinner at Red Lobster,
Yeah.
and that'd be
It'd be
fun.
sick if they would do it. Red
Yeah.
Lobster must be amazing. I mean, I've never been. It's
Wow.
fine.
Some
It's
of
like
the
Chili's.
some of the things that have been said about me
I know, dude.
are just stunning.
I know.
Stunning.
Do
Like
you do you still feel like a little bit
chafed.
chafed about it, or are you kind of just like, this is so stupid? Because I have
Mm,
this feeling
yeah.
about the situations that you've been in. Like it would be cool to go to Q with you this weekend because I always like kind of being with you when you're in those situations. But dude,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about these guys, man. Like, and if somebody wants to start something, like it's like because it's so childish and stupid, and I feel like I wouldn't mind telling that to somebody's face. You know what I mean? On your behalf. It's just it's dumb. Like, you guys are the worst, man. I don't have any respect for the way that you think.
In life,
Go ahead.
you don't get to. Well, actually, here's the problem.
Okay.
People get to say whatever they want.
Yeah.
And I don't mean within the bounds of the law.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is illegal to purposely tarnish someone's reputation through false statements
Yes.
in order to advance your business or to destroy them from your community.
Yeah.
There are laws against using speech to deprive other people of their safety
Yep. Or livelihood.
and their livelihood.
Yep.
Okay. And this is what I have experienced is that in skateboarding there is a very, very automatic shift to exactly that, depriving people of their safety, me,
Yeah.
and because like pro skater, San Francisco legend,
Mm-hmm.
you know, maybe to some a has been, but to
Mm-hmm.
many truly a father of the culture
Yeah.
wants to run out a line of defamation and threat and violence and assault
Of course.
on all kinds of social media. His overlords at the corporate aren't doing anything to restrain the madness. They
Yeah.
see it all.
Right.
They're the same overlords who were on me 8 hours after a product review.
Of course.
You know,
Right. Of course.
locally, skate shop owners wouldn't lift a finger,
Mm-hmm.
not a finger, to stay the defamation and the threats.
Yeah.
Over a period of over a year.
Yeah.
You know, multiple occasions. You know, to the point where people of goodwill are whining and crying like, oh, I don't want Lou Ross involved because if Lou's involved, these guys want him. And it's not just this grandfather of
Yeah.
skate culture.
Right.
It's when they do that, they energize a mob
Yes.
of addled thinkers.
Yeah.
They energize a mob of people who are willing to commit low and high grade violence.
Yes.
Having been surrounded
Yeah.
by 14 people plus this person
Yeah.
wanting to have some sort of a violent fisticuffs.
Yeah. Interaction. Right.
You see that this volatility,
Yeah.
you'd like to think it's a thing of the past.
Right.
This person went on Anthony Shetler's podcast and declared themselves a pussycat, and they don't do that sort of thing anymore.
And maybe they don't, but they
well,
did.
no, right in the middle of the mayhem.
Oh,
right in the middle of the mayhem. They're trying to play the elder statesman card.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm like, this industry has got some of the very worst character involved, not just at the level of the statesman of it, but in the people who are you don't let other people defame people.
Yeah.
Right. You don't let them breathe out violent threats.
Yeah.
But there's no social conscience level mechanism by which a person who behaves that way would experience any restraint at all.
Yeah.
And that caused me to pull back from the industry locally. I disbanded my team because my team started to get pushed down.
Yeah.
And seriously injured.
Right.
5 months off the board with a spinal injury.
Yeah, that sucked.
And it was the local skate shop team member who did that, bragged about it on social media, then denied it entirely.
Right.
Then apologized for it.
Yep.
Then denied the apology.
Yes.
Then pulled down all the social media. You have this whole swirl going on.
Right.
And I look at that and I'm like, no, I don't think I'll go up for Wednesday slappies.
Right.
I don't think I'll go out and skate at the spot.
Right.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'll drive 45 minutes and skate with people where I at least don't have to have like
bodyguard.
You've been my guys, like you got people on your six.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Let's move over here.
Yeah, right.
And it's not the fact that there are cretins involved in skateboarding.
Yeah.
I've been doing the cretin hop for years.
Sure.
Right. The problem is that by and large, the hedonistic silly boys of skateboarding, who really are the mob of it, they're either under the influence of these cretins, uncritically drinking in, I guess they're hoping to get a lick on the bowl at some time,
right.
And then you've got the people who they wouldn't know what to do with a sword if you handed them one.
I know.
They got no strength. They've got no character.
Yeah.
They're not strong people. They're weak people.
Yeah.
They don't even know that pushing down a scooter kid is wrong.
Yeah, that's rough, dude.
They don't even know their right hand from their left. So I don't walk around feeling too bent out of shape about it. I built my own skate stuff. I go on my own skate trips.
Yeah.
But I sure as heck couldn't run a brand where I had customers, grown ass men who rode my boards, cry because one guy was like, I love your boards so much, but I'm going to have to move.
Okay.
Because of people up in their 30s and 40s who run stuff in the Midwest, giving them some guff.
Golly, man.
And what do you live for? What do you love?
Right.
Obviously, you don't love anything because you're not willing to fight for anything. And it's not about fighting for me. For all the people who wanted to push me down or beat me toothless or put my boots in the garbage can or knock over my motorcycle or slash my tires or all the things that they say they want to do to me and all the things they try to do to me.
Yeah.
They would do that to anyone who dared to be different.
Dude.
They weren't doing that to me. That was what they do to anyone who offers a real alternative to the highly defective, highly dysfunctional status quo that they spent decades building and decades capitalizing on.
Yeah.
Not that any of them made really great money. They would have made twice as much money if they had embraced five times as much money if they had embraced a diversity, longboarding, freestyle, downhill, and slalom, push culture downhill.
Yeah.
If they had embraced and encouraged girls and children in skateboarding, they would have made tons of money just on product sales.
Oh,
but that was far too much. And for me saying so, I got what I got.
Right.
I can accept this. I made my bed. I can lie in it.
It's kind of comfy. I like it here.
I sleep well
It's
in the bed
sterile,
I've made.
and I like the taste.
But to all the mealy mouthed, not the haters,
Yeah.
but to all the mealy mouthed, oh, boo-hoo for me.
Yeah.
These guys are my friends, and I can't have them heckling me for riding a brand of boards that's associated with open
Dude.
set culture and the
Oh my
acceptance of
gosh.
diversity in skateboarding. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Zero respect
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
Affection for you,
Yeah.
but no respect for that.
Yeah. 100%.
You're no good in a bar fight.
Yeah.
You're under a table, man.
Yeah.
You're one of those guys underneath a pool table.
Yeah.
It's a great place to hide.
Yeah.
You're under a pool table, and I've snapped a cue, and I'm going to work.
Right.
I'm
Absolutely.
stabbing with the sharp part and swinging the heavy part. You know.
Yeah, dude.
So
Absolutely. No, it makes sense.
no, I had a guy who was writing articles about me on the Ride channel,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought we had a pretty good friendship, and he
Yeah.
accused me of being an ideologue.
You son of a bitch,
And
dude.
I thought, who isn't? First of all, I didn't know that was a bad thing.
Yeah.
Ideology drives every single thing.
Right.
And then I realized, like, what he was doing, he was mad at me because my ideology doesn't give any respect to skateboarding's inside club of ass kissing,
dude,
on the advertisement status quo. Like, it's completely sad. We've got this toxic, pus-filled
yeah.
boil. We've confused it for mother's milk. It's just, that's what's going on, and it kills the children, dude. And I hate it. I hate it.
Absolutely.
I love Jeff Grosso.
Yeah.
I love him as a human being. I lose him. We all lose him because of the lifestyle that is still subtly pushed.
Yeah.
And I honestly feel like if we really meant it, we would long ago have mainstreamed rehabs.
Yeah.
We would have mainstreamed that Thrasher would be advertising for free for effective rehabs, but they don't want to, because effective rehabs always drive you toward God.
Yeah.
And they just can't have it. So instead they put neck face up there for Phelps.
Yeah.
I don't know who we've got for Grosso now.
I know, dude.
But we keep going with our Brew Ray.
Yeah.
Was that P-Stone?
It was P-Stone, Brew-Ray. Excellent filming. Some of the best filming that a person could ever do.
I can't even with this stuff. I can't even with it.
I know.
And I'm angry. And and you should be too.
And yeah, and I mean, we've talked about this 100 times, but all of that being driven by ad culture, make that money culture, and you were the product the entire time. You know what I mean? Or they were selling.
Yeah.
You were their client their entire time. Like, on some of the nastiest stuff, life-destroying nastiest stuff.
It's true.
And the entire time saying, "Oh, we're just a big family."
Oh, it's just weed and beer after the session. This drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Riding, you and your skateboard, you could have a really good thing going if you would extract from it.
Mm-hmm.
Extract from skateboarding the core culture that you've been inculcated with.
Yeah.
You and your skateboard could be a kid again.
Yeah.
But no, instead it's this aspirational.
Yeah.
It's aspirational. Like, I feel like I'm part of something. Well, what is the thing you feel part of? Is it the Thrasher, the Bible, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, they used to have Ask Dr. Rick Blackheart, and he used to write funny columns.
Yeah.
But it's terrible. It's terrible life advice.
Yeah, I wonder, I will say this, the last many times I've been skateboarding here, I don't see those guys out. Like, it feels like the core is either slumbering or has moved on. It's hard to tell what is happening. I don't know, dude.
Well,
I don't know.
I know this. If I ran a brand right now,
Mm-hmm.
like if Life Skateboards became a thing
Mm-hmm.
and hired me to promote the brand,
Sure.
I would get a team in a van right away.
Yeah.
And I would go and do the stuff that built skateboarding in the first place. Turn off your camera. Get out there and skate with, not at, people.
Yeah.
Be good on your skate and have diverse styles and
Yeah.
emphasis in the team.
Yeah.
Get out there and be non-threatening.
Yeah.
Be, you know, you hate the word empowerment. I
Yeah.
hate it. It's such
Well,
it's a really weak word.
Yeah.
Be encouraging.
Yeah.
I like you know,
Yeah.
encouraging means to end heart.
Yeah, sure.
Courage
Yeah.
comes from the French root
Heart.
Yeah. And to give people more heart.
Yeah.
And go ahead and be examples of humanity beyond skateboarding. Don't have much of that.
Yeah.
You know, now and then it dry. Like Max Schaff went off and built Harleys, you know.
Sure.
Nope. I don't know. It's all I don't know. Maybe I'm just jealous. You know.
That's kind of what you did.
No, I didn't do that.
Yeah,
I don't
you
I do I
did. Yeah, you did. I mean, well, yeah.
I kind of
absolutely.
I kind
yes.
of
You kind of did.
I kind of do.
You kind of did, and you kind of do. I mean,
do.
it would be sick if you were the brand manager, because then I could quit my job and just go on the road with you.
Oh
Could
my
I do
gosh,
that? But
we
that'd be
could have
so
a
much
media
fun, dude.
empire.
Media empire. We could go skate with people.
I'd have a reason to sell it all and go on the
I
road.
know, that'd be sick. I'll pitch it to my wife.
My wife. Yeah.
I mean, there is a reason. Like 98.9% of the skateboarding I see, I just hate it. I can't stand it. I can't get through it.
Me too.
And about
it's a strong reaction.
1.8% of the skateboarding I see is just some guy skating a curb or a quarter pipe, and it enlivens me. It reminds me of why I really love skateboarding, and I wish there was more of it. And I feel like if there was, it would sell really well. That's my feeling.
I tend to agree. I want to take a moment now to thank Life Skateboards for making the boards we ride.
True that.
They are the only boards I'm interested in. I do have, I don't know, is it still kicking around? Yep, I've got my Deutschland from Zeppelin up there.
Yeah.
Zeppelin is, in my mind, it is a passion project.
Yes.
It is a guest team.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on there with like Billy Ruff.
Yeah, and like Jim, not Gray.
Muir?
No, what's the guy's name? Who's the photographer?
Goodrich.
Goodrich.
Jim
yeah.
Goodrich. That's a cool collection of names on paper. I would hope that we could one day meet together.
Yeah.
But I don't have a huge heart intersection with the California industry stuff.
Yeah.
That's probably why they like me. That's probably why they see me as a quaint, rustic.
He's so rustic.
There's a word for provincial. I'm a provincial, Midwest provincial.
Right, of course.
With a New York attitude. So weird being so New York and so Midwest at the same time. Ohio is the right place for me.
I know.
Yeah,
it's nice here.
Also, Ohio is the hotbed that California got all its good ideas from in the first place. If you track that, it's actually remarkable.
I'm sorry. Ohio will be the next Austin, Texas. My opinion. I think it will be, dude. I think it's popping off.
Oh my gosh.
I know, but just wait until you see what your home is about to be valued at.
Who cares?
Well,
golly.
Make that money, Lou.
I don't make money. I don't. It's not been a passion in my life.
Yeah.
I like to build value, but I don't like to make money. Well, and also a big thanks to the bike shop.
Absolutely.
Moving to Cleves, Ohio.
Yeah.
Out on 128 Morgan Road.
Yep.
This December is the move.
Yep.
It's likely I'll be in Savannah. I'll be actually teaching, and
seriously,
I'll be Bible teaching in Savannah in December for I think a week.
When?
I don't know yet. We haven't set the exact dates, but if I miss the move on the bike shop, my cred will be impacted.
Your street cred, your bike shop cred will be impacted.
Well, this winter it is my plan to turn wrenches at the bike shop. I gotta form an LLC.
I can help you with it.
I need to. Yeah. I need to form an LLC so that I can turn wrenches at the bike shop as a 1099 again, and do that.
Yeah, let me know if you need help.
Oh my gosh, I need help with that. Yeah,
I got your back. Well, I'll make you an Excel sheet. We'll get all your taxes squared away.
Outstanding. Yeah. Well, there we go. So, all right, we're going to let you guys go. We give a big thanks to all our listeners. We're not counting right now.
Yeah.
We don't reckon we're of any account in the first place.
Ain't no account.
And if we wind up getting a bunch of listeners, we've got a plan. I think I'll get a laptop and some real microphones.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So, there we go. Thanks, friends. What do I say? For what it's worth.
If you say for what it's worth, and then I say laters.
That's right. So for what it's worth.
Laters.